Okay, so my head's cut off. Hold on. Good evening. It's Wednesday. It's Weird's Day. This is going to be the best show ever. I can feel it already. Thanks for being here. Happy Wednesday night. I saw just as I was coming on that David Fincham, who's on here pretty regularly, posted he retired. His last day of work was yesterday, so today is his first day. No work. Join the club. Although he gets a vacation pay for quite a while or something, personal days or something, but not officially retired, but not working. Again, welcome to the club. So last night, you know how much I love the comments. I go through them every night, and I appreciate all the nice messages to me, and I love all the messages to each other out there. You guys are amazing. Facebook is really weird. They wouldn't let me, that wasn't loading my page, and that was letting me share. I usually share it out to some groups and stuff. So do me a favor, once again, share the stream out, share it to a friend, share it to a group, tag some people, and keep sending up all the hearts and the comments. I love the comments. Now, one thing though, I went through last night and I asked a question, and I'm serious about this. You know, is it possible for a Dead show to be considered the best show of all time, or the best Grateful Dead show of all time? Is it possible for that to be considered if it doesn't have a morning dew? I really want to know your thoughts on that. And there's no judgment, there's no right or wrong answer, it's just curious. For me, I think, boy, it would have to be something crazy for it not to have a dew and still me think, yeah, that's the best show of all time. I guess it could happen, but my vote is no anyways. All right, so we're going to get into some music. Thanks for being here. Happy Wednesday. Happy Weird's Day. Some says I am, some says I ain't. good. Couple shots of whiskey, women round here start looking good. Couple more shots of whiskey, I'm going back down to Maplewood. Bob, Weird's Day. And when they come to take you down, and when they bring that wagon round, and when they come to call on you, and drag your poor body down. And just one thing I ask of you, and just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling, Sugar. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. You thought you was a cool fool. You never could do no wrong. You had everything sewn up tight. Then how come you lie awake all night long? Just one thing I ask of you, just one thing for me. Forget you knew my name, my darling, Sugar. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know. You know, in spite of all you gained, you still gotta stand out in the pouring rain. And one last voice is calling you, and I guess it's time you go. And just one thing I ask of you, and just one thing for me. don't tell them that you know me. And shake it up now, sugary. I'll meet you at the Jubilee. And if that Jubilee don't come, baby, I'll meet you on the run. And just one thing I ask of you, just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling. Sugar. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. Shake it, sugary. Just don't tell them that you know me. All right, one of my favorites. I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest. I know I'm always making excuses, but I ripped a, I got a really bad finger tonight. It really hurts. But I'm powering through, doing the best I can, and I hope everybody's having a good time. I'm having a good time. I just wanted to, last night I got a little nostalgic about the frost. And so I found a few pictures Look at this. This is the 80s still. Look at how low tech this was. They just hung up a little Steely back there on the back of the stage. Part of that is just because the frost is so beautiful itself. You wouldn't want to do anything to distract from it, right? But there we go. What a just beautiful laid back. It's just like somebody's backyard. Well, it is kind of Stanford's backyard. But I wanted to tell you really quick. Before the night we had the pool, the first night of that run, my buddy was a taper. You know, he had his own mics, he had it all set up and everything. I even though I was a musician and certainly had the equipment and the know-how, I was not a taper, right? That was just not the way I wanted to enjoy a show. And believe me, we're all grateful for those guys that did all that taping and did enjoy the show that way. But you know, when they started the taper section, like I was persona non grata. Like when people saw me come in there, like start guarding their equipment and stuff. But you know, if something like amazing happened, like in the show musically or something, like this would be the extent of, you know, what you could do in the taper section. You just smile. That would be it. No woos. Nothing. So anyways, my buddy was taping. I had a tape deck. So I'm like, you know, you take my deck and just throw it in line. You know, put it second in line. And so I was hanging out, but I felt like, you know, it was time for the flip. And I'll go back for the flip, you know, see what, you know, just for the fun of it. So I made my way into the taper section. Everybody's like, you know, clearing a path for me. And, you know, you can see the tension as I enter the arena. And so I make it back, and there's a whole philosophy now on the flip, right? Do you just flip and hit record, you know, because your tape hasn't gone all the way to the end on side A, right? So it's possible that on the, you know, it's a long second set, a long first set, that second side you may run out of space. So some people say flip and forget. Some people say try and rewind as much as you can before they start the next song. So my buddy was rewinding, right? And everybody in line, there's like 10 tape decks, 10 guys in line, and they're all like freaking out, like, come on, tape. He's rewinding. All of a sudden, Memphis Blues, you can hear the first notes of Memphis Blues, and all 10 of those hands jabbed for the record button on my deck. And they busted my record button. It wouldn't stay down. So now they're all flipping out. I'm not getting signal. The band's definitely into Memphis Blues now, you know. Everyone's flipped out. Now their tape is ruined. You know, they missed the beginning of Memphis Blues. And it's all my fault, you know, so I feel responsible. My tape deck is the breakdown in this system. So now I'm sitting there with my finger on the record button. And people are expecting me to sit there for the rest of the first set, like, you know, so they can get signal. They're like, this is not happening. But so somebody pulls out some duct tape, of course, the mother of all cures. And we tape the button down, and I'm like, all right, see you later. I'm out of here. I'm gone. So I come back at the end of the show, you know, and everybody's sort of consoling me, like my friend who was the taper, who was first in line. And he had the same deck as me. And you have to remember back in those days, like the master tape and a first generation, that was like, you know, that was the gold standard. You know, that was real cachet and, you know, particularly a master. In fact, I had a friend who was a taper who will remain nameless. And whenever you got a tape from him, there would be some kind of dropout or some defect in the tape that you know was not there when you were listening to his master at his house. So he always put some little defect in the tape. So there were no tapes out there that were anywhere near as good as his master. Even though he had the master, it had to be still that much better. So anyway, so you really want that you know, master tape. And so my friend, who should have had the master, was, you know, consoling me, and he's like, oh, you know, Marantz, they suck. I happen to have a Marantz tape deck. Yeah, mine broke too. And don't worry, I'll make you a copy, and on and on. And so I'm packing up the tape deck, and I pull it out, and there's a Steely sticker on there. And I'm like, hey, who put this sticker on my tape deck? And then my buddy's looking, I don't know, like what? And he looks at it like, wait, that looks like my tape deck. And like, wait, that is my tape deck. Somehow, in the confusion, my tape deck was first in line. And he was second, and his tape deck broke, and I had the master. So I was all of a sudden like, oh man, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Moran sucks. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, I'll make you a copy of my master. But of course, I eventually gave him the masters, as I should. But all right, another memory from the frost and tapers. All right, this is a summer tune. This is so much summer '68 to me.
Lady Madonna, children at your feet, wonders how you manage to make ends meet. Who finds the money when you pay the rent? Did you think that money was heaven sent? Friday night arrives without a suitcase, Monday morning creeping like a nun. Sunday's child had learned to tie his bootlace. See how they run. Lady Madonna, babies at your breast, wonders how you manage to feed the rest. Listen to the music playing in your head. Tuesday afternoon is never ending. Wednesday morning, papers didn't come. Thursday night, your stockings needed mending. See how they run. Lady Madonna, still in at your feet, wonders how you manage to make ends meet.
Summer '68. Summer '69 was Don't Let Me Down. That was everywhere you walked, that was blasting. On my block, anyways. It was on some transistor radio. Oh, wow, how embarrassing. Oh, well, no one's going to notice. No one's going to notice my shirt is inside out. I went to button it as I usually do. Woo! All right, so it's Monday night. It's Bobby's, and this is, I'm just going to say Bobby joke of the week, because this is actually pretty funny.
Has success spoiled the day?
Yeah.
Well, it looks pretty rotten to me, doesn't it?
So how has it changed you? I mean, how is
Well, I was noticing the other night, for instance, that when I'm going through pistachios, opening pistachios, that the hard to open ones, I don't bother with them anymore. Who's got time?
Good point.
I love Jerry. Good point. Who's got time for that? Good point. Abbott and Costello. You know, that's what Jerry said. He goes, they were more than a musical troupe. They were a comedy troupe. Like, they just made each other laugh. All right, so that was so short. This is another quick one. Everybody in this area, we did a little Woodstock. And I realized I didn't really make things clear last night. The town of Woodstock, which of course I was talking about, then Michael Lang, the Woodstock Festival. But anyways, we were on a Woodstock thing. So anybody here went to Mountain Jam in 2008 will remember this one.
Has success spoiled the day?
Hey, wait,
Yeah.
that's not it. Mountain Jam 2008, here we go.
Listen, I know the wind's blowing and it's colder than a whore's goodbye. But I want to thank y'all for hanging with us tonight.
All right, in case you didn't hear it, because somebody plays a little note there, but it's as cold as a whore's goodbye. All right, so much for Bobby's jokes of the night. All right, so we're going to continue on. I've been holding off on this song. This really has turned into one of my favorite Jerry tunes. It's, this is probably one of his least accessible tunes or ballads, I think. It just doesn't have the sort of the sweet harmonies that some of his have. But, and he never really got a chance to grow into this song at all. I don't know how many times he played it. Not, a handful, I think. But I think this song is like, the Hunter's lyrics are just amazing. If I was going to tell anybody, like, this is the Grateful Dead story, this is one of them. This is a bookend to Truckin', right? Like, Truckin' was like them exploding on the world, and this song is looking back on what they did, what they accomplished, their hopes and dreams, and what it all means. Summer flies and August dies. The world grows dark and mean. Comes a shimmer of the moon on black infested trees. The singing man is at his song. The holy on their knees. The reckless are out wrecking. The timid plead their pleas. No one knows much more
anyone can see. There were days, there were days, there were days beside when phantom ships with phantom sails set to sea on phantom tides. Comes the lightning of the sun on bright, unfocused eyes. The blue of yet another day. And bright gleaming sighs. A hopeful candle lingers in the land of lullabies, where headless horsemen vanish with wild and lonely cries, lonely cries. There were days, there were days, and there was days I know when all we ever wanted was to learn and live and grow. Once we grew into our shoes, we told them where to go. Walked halfway around this world on the promise of the globe. Walked up on a mountain top, walked barefoot in the snow, gave the best we had to give. How much we'll never know, never know. polished like a golden bowl, finest I've ever seen. Hearts of summer held in trust, still tongue tender, young and green, left on shelves collecting dust, not knowing what they mean. Valentine's of flesh and blood, as soft as velveteen. Hoping love would not forsake the days that lie between, lie between. From the dark end of the street to the bright side of the road, we'll be lovers once again on the bright side of the road. Little darling, come with me. Won't you help me share my love? From the dark end of the street to the bright side of the road, into this life we're thrown. Sometimes we just don't know why. The time goes by so fast, in the twinkling of an eye. Let's enjoy it while we can. Won't you help me share my load? From the dark end of the street to the bright side of the road. twinkling of an eye. Let's enjoy it while we can. Won't you help me sing my song? Little darling, come along to the bright side of the road. On the dark end of the street, to the bright side of the road. Little darling, come with me to the bright side of the road. Let's enjoy it while we can. Won't you help me sing my song? Little darling, come with me to the bright side of the road. Little darling, come with me to the bright side of the road. To the bright side of the road.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to soak my finger. I'll be better tomorrow. I really did tough it out, though. Give me some extra credit. Give me some extra loving for that. I'll tell you what happened tomorrow. But everybody, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for always sharing and sharing the love and being a part of this. Be back tomorrow. Oh, so quickly, this Saturday night we have a great show from the Bearsville Theater. It's talking about Woodstock. We've got a whole thing going on. But this was another Front Row Dave production, multicam, so it's going to be a pretty nice video, and it was a real good show, and so that's on Saturday if you're not doing anything Saturday night or watching Dead and Company. And of course, we have the t-shirts. Please order t-shirts before Friday. It would be great to still get a couple more orders in, but I appreciate everybody putting your orders in. Don't forget, here's the t-shirt. All right, everybody, that does it for tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thanks so much.
Yeah, everybody, try to be nice to everybody else, okay?